Picard's Academy. This is about the most insufferable, terrible piece of Star Trek anything I've read. Fortunately, I was bracing for it because it is, the Heather Antos current Star Trek or whatever, and you can see like the cartoony looking look behind this. It's written by Sam Maggs, who's one of Heather's like little, followers or whatever. And I mean, just this art style, just like it's like halfway in between like Archie and Lower Decks. And it's kind of weird. So Picard's in the Academy. He's got a bunch of friends in the Academy. Picard's a stuffy dude who's, never wants to have any fun. And that's Picard, by the way. Like you wouldn't be able to know it. Like he doesn't look like Picard, doesn't act like Picard. It's just, and then he's got all these like kind of doofusy looking people around him. And all these messages, like the messages of this is, Picard, you need to let your hair down a little bit and party some, enjoy life. Like, okay, have friends. It's a weird thing, and that's all this like is really about throughout the whole thing. There's some exams that he's got to study for and get ready for, and they were using the holodeck when they weren't supposed to. He goes back to his little like winery home at some point to remind you that this is Star Trek. They go to a party and drink, and then they're going to have some scenario, which they're all fretting about, like to try to graduate early. And this is a little group class, diversity group, fat black dude, lady, they, them, couple aliens that look like weird things. And again, it just doesn't feel like Picard. It feels like the CW random characters put together. So the scenario ends up having a problem. These like Romulan hologram things screw up. They kind of save the day, but they fail the mission, and they're going to go back to college. And maybe the real adventure was the friends we made along the way. Now Picard he swears in it. He's like he says things like "don't be a dick" and things like that, where it's clearly like Sam Maggs's voice, not Picard's voice. And he gets, kind of beat up by bullies and things like that. It's very much, we've had an episode where, that we've shown Picard's past when he dealt with the Nausicaans, and he was a little more brash, a little more of a rogue at that point. And then he calmed down because he got stabbed through the heart, was his storyline. This wasn't it. In this one, he's a dork who's like, needs to get out of his shell a little, and is studying too much, and is a little too, cocky in command. He doesn't act cocky. It's more of a like he's just a jerk about like wanting to like have control over everything. And so it doesn't feel like Captain Picard at all. It doesn't feel like a young Jean-Luc Picard. It feels like a random character they just threw that name on there to try to sell the books real quick. And like I said, the art style doesn't service Star Trek. It doesn't look like Picard whatsoever. And so this is just a train wreck of a book all the way around. They should have never greenlit this. This is like somebody who's not paying attention to Star Trek, not doing the feel of Star Trek, but wanting to slap a Star Trek brand on it. And it's just really cringy. So I call this a 3 out of 10. This is one of the worst books I've read this year. Gosh, good riddance. It's Picard's Academy. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.